Okay, so this is part 2 of the lab. Okay, so we're going to, again, follow along the lab. So I want you to look at activity 1. Okay, so activity 1, pressure boundary, weather stripping, and we're just going to go, just follow as we go. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. Okay, so I'll indicate which question we're addressing as we move through. Okay, so remember we have our manometer, which is just measuring pressure. We have our pressure box. And what I've done is I've just put some metal tape here to tape up all the holes except for these 2 at the top. Okay, so now there's only 2 holes open on the side. All right, so let's go ahead and follow number 1. And so what we need to do is use the manometer so the fan is not turned on yet. One of the really cool things about the manometer is that you can use this medical grade tubing here. Medical grade tubing. Okay. And what you do is, remember, this is measuring the pressure here with respect to here. So what you can actually do is put on the metal tubing, okay, like so. Let's see if I can do that with one hand. All right. That should be on there pretty good. Okay, so I just have the metal tubing sticking, or excuse me, the medical tubing. And now, if I follow this all the way to the end, okay, so just the end of the tubing here. Okay, so now what it's going to do is it's going to measure the pressure wherever I have this with respect to this port. Okay, so I can put this, when we do energy auditing, we can like slide this under a door or put it outside, measure the pressure outside with respect to inside and so forth. So wherever this tube is, it's going to measure the pressure there and compare it to the pressure right here, right? So right here. All right, so let's start with number 1. And the fan is off, okay? And then what we're gonna do is put this inside the hole, just inside, okay? So now we're measuring the pressure inside the box with respect to this port right there. And as you can see, it's at 0 pascals. And so that's 1D. What is the pressure reading in pascals? It's 0. And so I want you to think whether or not that makes sense. Does it make sense that the pressure inside the box is the same as the pressure here? So just think about what's going on here. We're in the same space. And does that make sense and why? Okay, so that's 1E. So we're now move on to question 2. So I want you to think about what's going to happen when I turn this fan. So remember, this fan is blowing inward. So it's going to force air inside the box. And this box is basically sealed up. I mean, it's not perfect, but so we're basically pushing air inside the box, okay? So I want you to think what's going to happen inside the box, right? We're measuring the pressure inside with respect to outside down here, okay? So what is going to happen